Okay, everyone. Hello, I'm Priyanka, class of 013. Welcome to Sound of the Mountains. Music has always been such an important part of the Woodstock experience. And I say this as someone with no musical talent whatsoever, but I didn't need it to enjoy music at Woodstock. There was always, concerts, people pulling out their guitars, musicals, campfire music. So there was something going on at the school each and every day. I really miss the musical life at Woodstock. I haven't had that to that extent anywhere else. And I'm sure many of you miss music at Woodstock too. We decided to put this concept together as a way to, as a blast from the past, kind of, but also to show you what some of our school's most talented musicians are up to now. And we have a great lineup for you today, and I'm really excited about it. We have Manral from the Woodstock staff, Rohan Kumar from the class of 014, and Nisa Shetty from the class of 010. So you may have already seen some or all of them perform. They're all over social media. They have music videos on YouTube, and some of them even performed in last year's virtual reunion. When I was at school, it was a similar time to all of them. So I was lucky enough to see them perform live. And now you guys do too. So I know everyone's on mute because we don't want to have background noise, but please feel free to clap or wave your hands after each performance. So, okay, we're gonna kick this off. First up, we have Adi joining us live from the Queen of the Hills. Most of you already know him. He's the Alumni Relations Coordinator at Woodstock. Back when I was at school, he was dorm parent for the older boys at hostel. And it was a pretty common sight to see him around the dorms or in a coffee shop just chilling with his guitar. Last year, I heard one of his new songs, Land or Sky, and oh my God, the nostalgia. So I don't know if he's playing that for us today, but if not, I encourage you to head over to YouTube and check it out. Adi, no pressure, the floor is yours.
Well, thanks, Priyanka. That was a very, very nice intro. I don't know if I'll do justice to that sort of an intro, and the pressure's already on. Sharon said some of the teachers are here from Woodstock, so yeah. So please don't judge. I'm just a basement musician, and I write music. Very happy to be here and sharing my music. And yes, I did write a song called Land or Sky, and I'll be playing that for you guys as well. Just a quick question. Do you guys hear my guitar? Cool. Okay. By the home of the fountain dark, where the clouds are beneath my feet, where my heart starts to sing this tune, I know it's the land or sky, where you smell the smoke from the burning wood, where the stars are spread across the floor. There's only one place this could be. It's the land or sky. You will never know just what I'm talking about. If you find a home up here, there's nowhere you'll ever go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. you find the muse on the sides of the road, where the deer plays on the mountain slopes, where my heart starts to sing this tune. I know it's the land or sky, and you will never know just what I'm talking about. If you found a home up here, there's no way you'll ever go. You will never know just what I'm talking about. If you found a home up here, there's no way you'll ever go. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to take one of these headphones off because it's so hard to sing with that. You can't hear yourself back on Zoom for some reason. So Nisa, I'm just giving you a heads up. This is kind of tricky with the headphones, but I guess you know.
Check.
Yeah, you've got this. You've done this so many times. All right, yeah. So this is a song I wrote last year, when we were all locked down, and we were doing the virtual reunion. That's when I wrote this song, and I put a video together, which was just clips from Landor on my phone, and just putting all of them together, and then putting this song along with those videos. So yeah, if you have time at some point, check it out on YouTube. Yeah, and then I also write a lot of music in Hindi, and I'm going to share a few songs if that's okay with everybody. Was everything okay? Like, are you able to hear the voice and the guitars? And okay.
Yeah, Adiel, good with me.
Okay. Feel free to ask me questions if you have any. I don't know. Yeah, usually you can't have questions based on songs, but anyways, feel free to do that. So this is another song, and the song is called Kaise, and most of my songs have been written here in Lando. This is a song when I had left Woodstock briefly, but I was living on the hillside. Many of you would know Miss Imu Unyal, who had a little place up by Char Dukan, and I stayed in a small cabin for almost more than a year there. And monsoons, you would all know, like it right now, monsoons is pretty heavy. A lot of those sounds have inspired my music. So yes, this song is also something that I wrote over there. इस तरह ना तुम रूठ जाओ कि बात भी करो ना मुझसे, आओ बैठो पास तुम हमारे, कुछ प्यार से कहो ना मुझसे, कैसे मनाऊं मैं आपको, कोई बताओ ना हमको,
जो हुआ वो बात भूल जाओ, उस बात पे लड़ो ना मुझसे। आओ बैठो पास तुम हमारे, कुछ गीत मैं सुनाऊं तुमको। कैसे मनाऊं मैं आपको, कोई बताओ ना हमको। ओ, 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 इस तरह ये प्यार में थको ना, इस बात को बिगड़ने न दो। जो हुआ वो बात भूल जाओ, अब माफ भी करो ना मुझको। कैसे मनाऊं मैं आपको, कोई बताओ ना हमको। कैसे मनाऊं मैं आपको, कोई बताओ ना हमको। इस तरह ना तुम रूठ जाओ, कि बात भी करो ना मुझसे। Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm just reading some of the comments here. Thank you. Hindustani blues. Yes, I like that. Yeah. All right. So the song that I just sang, in Hindi, it actually means that please tell me what do I need to do now to kind of see, I should know all of this, but how do I kind of what do I need to do? I've maybe upsetted you or something, and now I need to do something. Should I sing you a song? Should I say something nice, or I don't know. So yeah, that's the meaning of the song Kaise. Okay. My songs are quite short, and I'm gonna sing another song. And while I'm gonna sing, there is Darab Nagarwala who just commented here, and I need to say this, that we've had a lot of fun playing at the Parker Hall, like many of us here. Nisa's here, Rohan is here, and that whole the thing with the staff band. We would do a lot of blues, and it was a lot of fun. So just looking at Darab here, and shout out to you, Darab. We miss you doing Pink Floyd in Parker Hall. Maybe we could do it again when you return. Okay. So this other song, this song is called Awaz, and I actually wrote this song in monsoon, kind of describing what how sometimes you can lose your voice because of the rain so loud and the tin roof that we have here. It's incredibly loud when it when it rains, and But I kind of talked about how sometimes emotionally also it can take you to a different place, which you can't describe. And so that voice, which translates into awaz, yeah. So this song is Landor, rains, and how sometimes you just lose yourself in the rain, and but in a nice way, in a nice way. And I'll quickly tune my guitar if that's okay with everyone. All right. मेरे दिल में आज आवाज जागी, बूंदों के धुन में कुछ ऐसे बिखरी, ना जाने क्यों आंसू आंखों में आज, आवाज जो मेरी बारिश में खो गई। ढूंढूं कहाँ मैं, कहाँ तू छिपी हुई, ना जाने क्यों आंसू आँखों में आज, आवाज जो मेरी बारिश में खो गई। ना जाने क्यों आंसू आँखों में आज, आवाज जो मेरी बारिश में खो गई। ना जाने क्यों आंसू आँखों में आज, आवाज जो मेरी बारिश में खो गई। Thank you very much. That's all from my end. That's all I've got to share with you guys. I hope you all liked it. Yeah. It's always
Eddie,
a
thank
bit
you so
tricky
much. That was amazing. And since we have you here and you're at Woodstock right now, can you tell us what the music scene is like at Woodstock these days?
You know, we're pretty much the same, except for, you know, this past couple of years we've had to live in a virtual world, which made it very, very complicated. And you know, like everything at Woodstock is an experience. You really have to be here to
kind of be inspired and just feel it. And that's somehow, teachers coming from everywhere. But once you are at Woodstock, once you're teaching at Woodstock, there's a different energy around it. And so, we missed it because of the COVID years, that energy, but we still had it. And now, like last semester onwards, the school has started, kids are back on campus, and you can see like we've picked it up again, like from wherever we left. And it's nice. You're walking past the music building and some kid is practicing, or, you hear the choir practicing and singing, and it's nice. And every function there will be a performance of any function at Woodstock, there will be a music performance now. So it's kind of nice to see all of that.
That's amazing. I think Kim had a question.
Yeah, hey, Addy, I have a request. It doesn't rain where I live, so could I look out your window, please? Is there any way?
You are going to see absolutely, pitch black dark right now.
No rain? You can't see the rain?
You can't see the rain. Outside my window, it's going to be extremely dark. It's covered with trees.
Okay.
This room doesn't get any sun.
Maybe tomorrow morning, right?
Maybe tomorrow morning, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Eddie. That was so good.
And thank you for all the comments here on the side. I couldn't get to read many of them, but I see. Thank you so much. Yes.
That really made me feel like I was back at Woodstock. So thank you very much. And okay, so for some more Woodstock nostalgia, next up we have Rohan, Kumar, and the class of 2014 band. They're all in different parts of the world, so a live performance was impossible. But over the years, they've put together some really great pieces, including a modern rendition of Shadows. I remember watching that video when it came out, and it was such a surprise. So Rohan is going to talk to you about the inspiration behind these songs and how their band came up with them. Rohan, all yours.
Good morning or afternoon or evening or wherever you are in the world. My name is Rohan, class of 2014. I guess music's been a big part of my life. Woodstock had a big part in that. Priyanka was very kind and sent across some questions to think about here. And I wanted to answer one of them before I got into playing one of the songs, especially because there are some music teachers on the call here. So one of the songs asks, what role did Woodstock play in your musical journey? And I really had to think about this one because you can speak for hours about how Woodstock played a role in any journey, let alone music. But if I had to think about three things and how I define how Woodstock played a role in my musical journey, it was one, well, it gave me an avenue for expression when words or other things couldn't quite allow you to express emotions or deal with homesickness or whatever else we were facing in our teen years, early years, late high school, you name it. It was an avenue of expression, whether it was playing on Parker Hall, just playing with friends, or just showing up or just playing alone. And I love that I had that opportunity to express myself through music at Woodstock. Second, it was making friends. There's so many friends that I made that the bond was made so much stronger because we played music together, whether it was in the band room or playing down at dorms. It was just something we did together. And it was a type of connection that I see that question there. Who are the music teachers present? I mean, it'd be great if anyone who was a staff, whether teacher or otherwise, rather music or otherwise, send a comment in the chat. I was a staff, I was a teacher. That would be great to see who's in the call. But coming back to it, connecting with friends through music, phenomenal, just phenomenal. And it happens after Woodstock too. It's a type of connection that it cuts deep. And the third, it has to do with discipline. So my music teachers weren't always happy with me because I wasn't always the most, let's say, the disciplined student to begin with, but I was really motivated to improve on music. Whereas if I didn't have the discipline for something I wasn't motivated, I likely wouldn't have put as much effort. But what I really enjoyed about the music program at Woodstock, very fulsome in terms of our practice schedule and how we, were, told to practice, but also the teachers really cared about our musical journeys and they really invested into it. And if I didn't have that, I think I would be a lesser musician today. So I'll stop talking so much here, but so I'm gonna play two videos, and the first one is exactly the one that Priyanka mentioned. It was our modern version of Shadows. Now I'm going to share my screen and I'll speak a little bit about the inspiration just after I do that. Okay, I'm just gonna share my screen here. Okay.
that's what we say. Woodstock, known over all the land. Woodstock, sung upon every hand. Here many chances of learning we find, building the body and straining the mind. The better goals onward, find what the future holds. Rock and steep though the pathways may be, palms come from striving, you already know. Sing it, a song going then and now, dancing. The mountain rhythm makes us proud, living a life that most never know. Imagine we're taking wherever we go. Head up and take the leap, seniors. Rise to greatness and belief, spacebound with talent, honed here at Woodstock. Keeping that love, your true home base.
I sincerely hope that the video didn't lag for anyone or pause, but we'll try to post in the links afterwards. Now, before I sort of speak to the inspiration here, I want to share the lyrics, because the first half of that song were the Shadows lyrics that everyone knows and loves. The second half were Shadows lyrics that people don't know and maybe don't love, but it's okay. Just sharing that here, because it sort of gives us a little bit background as to what we did with this song. I see this comment. Wow, that's very kind. So the assignment here was, we were asked, and I say we, there's a few, from our group, the singer, Duck, very talented singer, unfortunately couldn't make it on the call today. Fuse, he's the person who comes to mind when I think about the relationships I had Woodstock forged in music. He was my roommate when we started playing music together. And of course, we had, some other people on the song as well. But we were given this assignment of making a modern rendition of Shadows. Now, to us, we immediately thought, well, if we think modern rendition, we immediately want to take the binary opposition of everything that we have with our old version of Shadows. So we have largely vocals and choir led. So we think, how do we go heavier on instrumentals? We have a very, mid 1900s approach to a choir composition. How can we take a pop sort of composition and sort of mix in these sounds? And then we sort of just played around with stuff, and this is what came out. But this part I really want to speak about is the lyrics in the second half there, because we've always heard these songs, rather these lyrics, while we were in Woodstock, and then when we left, it had a different meaning for us. But when we were thinking about writing lyrics for this song, we thought, well, now that we have this experience and this perspective gained from being outside of Woodstock, what is it that we would want to say to seniors today, given the insight that we have from our experience graduating from Woodstock, going through the motions of university or not, and going through career or not, and what does that mean to us? So we thought, let's use that as inspiration, and this is sort of how it came together. I'm going to post the link afterwards, but hopefully that everyone had a clean listening experience there. But I'll make sure to post the link so that if anyone wants to listen back, they've got that as well. Okay, so this next one we're going to play is not an original; it's a cover. But it was actually done. Oh, thank you, Gultaj. Appreciate that. I've seen some comments there. The next one is we were given the task of saying, if we were to play a song in Parker Hall, what is a song that we would want to play? And we had prepared this last year. So of course, it's a different time, though, albeit still during a COVID sort of experience or lifestyle. And the song that we had picked was Imagine by John Lennon, because that was a song that's definitely spoken to us. And there's always songs that we want to go back and play in Parker Hall. To this day, it's my favorite place to perform. But it was the concept of this song speaks so much to us, and this is one that we want to do together. So we did Shadows by John Lennon, and because we were asked to do it for a Woodstock sort of webinar, we thought, well, what Woodstock presentation isn't full without a bit of a cringe intro? So you're going to see what I mean there, but I'm just going to run this up, and then we'll hit play. Okay, here we go. Sharing my screen again. Here we go.
Hello, welcome to another Zoom call. I bet you're sick of these, huh? I don't blame you, me too. But this one's a bit different. This is about that legendary auditorium, Parker Hall. Whether your favorite memories are being on that stage, backstage, sitting on uncomfortable chairs, or any combination of these or more, Parker Hall means so many things to so many of us. One of my favorites, Parker Hall was where musicians assembled to share love through sound. And we are about to be joined by alumni that are going to play a song that they wish they could play on Parker Hall right now. Oh, here they are. I'll let them into the Zoom call.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us all is sky. Imagine all the people living life today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. And no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you had no need for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
I just wanted to take a quick moment to talk about what music has meant to us during COVID. Because prior to COVID, well, it wasn't a question. If we could play together, we would get together and play. Now, most of my Woodstock classmates who I like to play with are sparse across the world. So the question is, especially now, how is it that we play together? And well, the answer is, it's not always a live jam session. We work on projects like the one you just saw, where we plan ahead of time on a specific song, specific parts, and exactly what we're going to do. And we share with everybody, here's the time signature, we're going to play at the original key signature, or what have you. We name the parameters, everyone records their parts, and we pick one person who's going to quarterback the production process. And it changes every time depending on who's available, who has the resources available. And we produce projects like this, and it creates such a fulfilling energy for us. Even if it's not a live jam, as we wish we could play together, having something that we can play back, watch, it gives us a lot of fulfillment, and it definitely helped pass the time during COVID, especially when we were feeling lonely or isolated or wishing that we could spend more time. It was a powerful way to connect. I'm going to post the links now, so you've got them, but that's it from my end, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hey, Rohan, that was great. And I know you said it wasn't like a live performance, but honestly, watching that band perform, it felt like it was a live Zoom performance to me. So that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka.
And our final performer today is Nisa Shetty. Nisa was a few years ahead of me at Woodstock, and the first time I heard her perform was at Parker Hall. And I think I was in middle school at the time, and I was just blown away. So it's so amazing to have her here with us today. Nisa is very involved with the music scene in India. And if you haven't seen the trailers for her new music video, you can find them on Instagram. So Nisa, thank you for being here. We can't wait.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. In fact, when this whole thing started, I was quite nervous, but then I got a little emotional because it took me back to when, I had just started finding my feet as a musician in Woodstock. And I actually have a teacher to thank very much for sort of pushing me to become this sort of solo musician. We had a physics teacher, Mr. Montgomery, who some of you might know. And, he had his quirks and things. And he also had a little music room that he had sort of built dedicated to music. And he put a keyboard in there and like electronic drum kit or something. And he told me and this classmate of mine, Anuri, that we can use this music room whenever we want, and and we would just, play around. We were like covering Kelly Clarkson and stuff. And one day he came and heard us. We were just jamming, he came and heard us playing, and he heard me and he's like, you need to sing live. And I said, no, I'm too nervous. I can't do that. And the next day he set up an amp and a keyboard in the quad. And he said, I've set it on a mic. And he's like, I've set this up for you. And you better perform this song with, you can hear that song. It's a Kelly Clarkson song called Beautiful Disaster. But that was my first performance on my own as Nisa ever, in the quad back in like 2000, what is it, 8 or something. And from then to now, it's been a journey, like a full journey for me, because I have been a musician all this time. I sing jingles, and I sang my first Bollywood song this year. I've been very lucky to work with A.R. Rahman for the past year. And yeah, just building myself as a musician. And of course, my family, they're also artists. So my name, Nisa, literally is the last 2 notes of Sa Re Ga Ma Pa Dha Nisa, like Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. So yeah, I have no choice but to be a musician, I guess. So I'll start off by singing a song called Thank You, which is actually what, I mean, I kind of wrote it for my mom and for everybody in my life who I forget to thank very often. And this is a song that A.R. Rahman liked, and he sort of was like, hey, let's work. You know, so that's been really cool. Okay, I'm just gonna sing. This friend of mine is like recording me. It's making me very conscious. Okay. I hope I'm clear enough. Yes. Okay, great. Okay. Oh my God. I was sorely tried, but that is no excuse. I was sorely tried. How many times have you hurt the one you love? Now you're wishing that you could take back all of those words. I wish I had the power to make you stay. I wish our dreams could be realized in the same place. All of those moments ruined by our egos. All of those times you couldn't speak your own mind. I want to tell my mother how much I love her, while I still have the time to say thank you for loving me, even when I wasn't lovable. Thank you for coming through, even when it was impossible. Thank you for showing me this world is beautiful. Thank you for loving me, even when I wasn't lovable. How many lies have you had to make up to keep a happy face? You're hiding everything from the whole world. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be me. Keep all your lovers closer than ever. You never know when you need one. Thank you for loving me, even when I wasn't lovable. Thank you for coming through, even when it was impossible. Thank you for showing me the world is beautiful. No. Oh. Thank you for coming through, even when it was impossible. Oh, okay. Oh. All right. Yeah. So this is a song that I just sing to thank the various people in my life who I often forget to thank. And so now I'm gonna just quickly do a short song I wrote. The first song I wrote in Hindi. So like all the Hindi I knew, which is not very much, I put it into one song. And the interesting thing is I was traveling in New York City in 2019, and I wanted to like book shows for myself. So like performing in like pianos in East Village and Rockwood Music Hall. Like I just wanted to set up all these shows for myself, and I met musicians from the city introduced to me by friends, and there was this wonderful guitarist from Yale and a pianist from Hunter College, and we just jammed, and we just they made this song happen. And in the pandemic back in India, I reached out to them. I said, let's make this song, like let's release it. And they recorded it in their homes. They recorded the video in their homes. and we did a pandemic sort of collaboration, and I was really, really happy about that. The videos on YouTube, like all three of us in India, and one is in Virginia and somewhere else. So yeah, this song is called Baate. Like, excuse my, I'm not an excellent guitarist, but yeah. कितनी सारी रातें रह गई अधूरी बातें, कितनी सारी रातें रह गई अधूरी बातें, अभी ना जाओ कैसे कहूँ, तुम्हारे बिन अब कैसे रहूँ। दिन भी धीरे धीरे कदमों से चलने लगा है, जब से तुमने जाने का इरादा कर लिया है, अभी ना जाओ कैसे कहूँ, तुम्हारे बिन अब कैसे रहूँ। साथ रहो तुम मेरे पास रहो, कल क्या जाने मैं और तुम न हो। कितनी सारी राहें हैं तुम्हारे हवाले, जहाँ पे मन किया तुम भी वहीं पे चल दिए, हम दोनों के सफर का क्या। कितनी सारी राहें हैं तुम्हारे हवाले, जहाँ पे मन किया तुम भी वहीं पे चल दिए, हम दोनों के सफर का क्या। हर पल को एक पल में भुला दिया, साथ रहो तुम मेरे पास रहो, कल क्या जाने मैं और तुम न हो। That was Baate. So yeah, my friend who's standing here shooting me also edited the video for me. It was all like a pandemic, like editing online, all in our homes, recording and all that stuff. Yeah, and I don't know, I will end my songs with, I think this is the first song I kind of ever completed ever in life, and I just put it out there, and I made a music video just on no budget and recorded it on no budget, and it kind of started my journey as a musician, I guess. This is a song called Infinity. Yeah. I'm a simple girl and you're a simple guy. We don't live in mansions to the sky, but our dreams are big enough to get us there. And you don't like to dance, I don't like to smoke, but to keep each other happy we do both. My love for you cannot be put into words, 'cause sometimes I wanna be the man and take your hand and walk you with me to an unknown land. Sometimes I wanna buy you things and give you things that I can't afford. The only way I can is if you take everything I say and multiply infinity, infinity, infinity. If you take everything I say and multiply infinity, 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 then you will know what I mean. We were so young, we were so afraid that I went away for so many days, but we always ended up chin up on Valentine's Day, when love grows like children and children grow into lovers. That's what you and I had. So let them say what they want. You do what you want, 'cause I'm always right here. I'll never ever leave. Take everything I say and multiply infinity, infinity, infinity. Won't you take everything I say and multiply infinity, infinity, infinity? Then you will know what I mean when I say I love you. So tired. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Nisa, that was wonderful. Like,
Thank you so
I said,
much.
I said in middle school, I was blown away, and I'm blown away today. Thank you. So
Thank
tell us,
you.
what's next for you?
What's next for me? I just released a song yesterday, day before, with this label. I mean, we're trying, you know what, English musicians in India, we're trying to make it. It's hard. It's harder for us. Of course, Addy knows that very well. It's harder for us. So we keep trying to dabble into Hindi every now and then. But yeah, it's growing, the market for English musicians. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that, doing more gigs and things like that.
Okay, wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we're winding down towards the end of the session. Addy, Rohan, Nisa, thank you all so much for being part of this. You are incredibly talented, and we are very, very lucky to watch you perform. All the best, and thank you. And anyone in the
Thank you
audience,
so
if you have any
much.
questions, want to chat, feel free. Everyone else, seriously, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the concert. I certainly did. And I'm going to stop recording the session soon, but I encourage you to head on over to the FWS general meeting when the session ends. That one's headed by Bruce Davis, and it'll start in a few minutes. So we also have some other great sessions coming up for you during this virtual reunion, so please enjoy. And thank you all again.
Thank you,
Thank
Priyanka and
you.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks,
Thank
Tas.
you.
Thank you.